I welcome you all in this session. Myself, Aarti Talaulikar, Assistant Professor from PES RSN College of Arts and Science, Parmagudi, Ponda, Goa. Title of the unit, Functional Aspects of Ecosystem. Module name, Production and Productivity in Ecosystems. In this module, you will be learning about production and productivity, primary productivity, methods of measurement of primary productivity of different ecosystems, and secondary productivity. By the completion of this module, you will be able to define and explain what is production and productivity. You will be able to describe what is primary productivity, explain methods of measurement of primary productivity, and you will be able to describe what is secondary productivity. Production. Solar energy enters the ecosystem through photosynthesis and flows in the ecosystem as food through various trophic levels. Production is the incorporation of energy and materials into the bodies of organisms, that is biomass. Biomass is the mass of organic material in organisms of ecosystems. Production falls into two major categories, primary production and secondary production. Primary production. Production by photosynthetic and chemosynthetic organisms which produce organic matter from solar energy and inorganic matter. Secondary production. Production by organisms which convert the organic matter of the plants into the substance of their own bodies. Productivity. The rate of biomass production is called productivity. Productivity are of two types, primary productivity and secondary productivity. Primary productivity. Rate at which photosynthetic and chemosynthetic organisms produce organic compounds in an ecosystem is called primary productivity. Most primary productivity occurs through photosynthesis. As this is the first and basic form of energy storage, it is known as primary productivity. During photosynthesis, radiant energy is converted into chemical energy. This chemical energy is stored in the glucose molecules, and the stored energy can be released on the oxidation of these photosynthetic products during respiration. Chemosynthesis is a process where chemical compounds are broken down to release energy. Examples of chemosynthetic organisms are sulfate-reducing bacteria, nitrate-reducing bacteria. There are two aspects of primary productivity. Gross primary productivity, which is denoted as GPP, and net primary productivity, NPP. Gross primary productivity. The total solar energy trapped in the food material by photosynthesis is referred to as gross primary productivity. Net primary productivity is the organic materials that remain after photosynthetic organisms have used some of these compounds during cellular respiration. So, net primary productivity is equal to gross primary productivity minus respiration. Methods of measurement of primary productivity. Primary productivity is expressed in terms of energy per unit area per unit time, biomass added per unit area per unit time. The amount and rate of energy fixation, that is primary production, can be measured in number of ways. First one is harvest method. This measures biomass and expressed as biomass per unit area per unit time. Second method is carbon dioxide assimilation. This method measures carbon dioxide uptake in photosynthesis and release by respiration. Oxygen production. This method measures oxygen production and consumption from aquatic ecosystem. Here, the water samples are taken in light and dark bottles and are suspended in water at a depth from where the samples are taken. The difference in the amount of oxygen collected in the light bottle is calculated to determine the amount and rate of net photosynthesis. The decrease in the amount of oxygen in the dark bottle indicates the respiratory consumption of oxygen. Radioisotope method. This method uses carbon-14 tracer in photosynthesis. Water samples are taken in light and dark bottles and a known quantity of carbon-14 is added. The amount of radioactive carbohydrate synthesized is then determined. Chlorophyll measurement. This assumes a correlation between amount of chlorophyll and rate of photosynthesis. If the chlorophyll content is known and assuming the rate of photosynthesis per unit of chlorophyll, the production of a sampled area can be calculated. pH estimation. In aquatic plants, photosynthetic utilization of carbon dioxide as well as release of respiratory carbon dioxide alters the pH of water. pH measurement is therefore one of the indirect methods to measure the photosynthetic production. Primary productivity of different ecosystems. The productivity is variable in different ecosystems. For example, a tropical wet evergreen forest gets intense sunlight throughout the year. Hence, this ecosystem is highly productive. Whereas, alpine tundra ecosystem, which is photosynthetically active only for 2 months in a year, is less productive. Productivity wise, the ecosystems can be of 4 types. High productive ecosystem, for example, the tropical forest, plain forest, where the productivity ranges from 6 to 20 grams per meter square per day. Average productive ecosystem, for example, the temperate forest, here the productivity ranges from 3 to 5 grams per meter square per day. Less productive ecosystems like the grassland ecosystem, savannas, etc. Here the productivity ranges from 0.5 to 3 grams per meter square per day. And the low productive ecosystems are like the deep sea, arid zone. Here the productivity is 0.5 grams per meter square per day. Environmental factors affecting primary productivity are solar radiation, temperature, moisture, mineral nutrition and biotic activities. Secondary productivity, which is also denoted as SP. Secondary productivity is the rate at which new biomass is produced per unit area by the animal community. The potential energy resulting from the primary production furnishes the energy required by other trophic levels. Some energy in the form of food is consumed by herbivores or omnivores who may be eaten by carnivores, which in turn may be eaten by other carnivores. So, not all food eaten is assimilated into an animal's body. Unassimilated food will be in the form of feces. So, secondary productivity is equal to food eaten minus fecal loss. References. Thank you.